Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast, and this synopsis as part of a PH4 report, as part an audio podcast as part of a SZtorm. This audio podcast as part of a Bedlam Clobber, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production. In this audio podcast synopsis, and as part of this series, this audio podcast series, we'll be looking at a sort of peer review and published works from 2017, some collaborative works looking at impact on gambling and its impact on family. And this collaborative works was is the collaborative works from 2017, peer reviewed and published. Um, First and foremost, at the same time, is a collaborative where one of the colleagues, one of the collaborators in this work, had had some had some expertise in around this works, has some expertise in around this works. However, as a collaborator in this works, I thought I'd take this opportunity where this audio podcast and this series will look at this peer review published works from a sort of a sort of a narrative, from a narrative, um, uh, and so in this audio podcast and this synopses, the overview is as such. So gambling addiction is primary a chronic is a primary chronic disease arm of the brain reward incentive memory and interrelated circuitry. The perception of addiction has often been associated with substance abuse, and so this published peer-reviewed and published works sought to highlight some of the psychological, the sort of health and well-being impact gambling has on family, and so almost 70% of the population in the United Kingdom precipitates in some participates in some form of gambling, and an estimated 250,000 to 310,000 people live with gambling issues. And so there are several factors that encourage an individual to gamble, including stimulating the mind, escape, winning, reward, coping, excitement, and prompting social interaction, exploration, financial gains, and boredom. The complexity of gambling behavior can compromise well-being, and lead to public health crises. Early intervention in treating gamblers can support well-being of the addict and family. That draws this audio podcast synopsis to a close. This audio podcast sort of series, this audio podcast series again we'll look at sort of look at gambling and its impact on the family, and where this works is from peer-reviewed and published works from 2017, and 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 will as with the previous as with other audio podcast series, there will be a list of a list of further reading for any listeners out there who sort or who will who look to identify sort of further relating works in around this peer-reviewed publication in around this peer-reviewed publication. So this has been an audio podcast as Synopsis as part of a PH4 report. This has been an audio podcast as part of our SZtorm. This is our audio podcast as part of a Bedlam Clobber, and this is an audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production.